Okay, call the meeting to order at 4:14. Roll call,
Chairman Meyer,
here?
Commissioner Hoffman,
Here?
and Commissioner Fiorito is not here by prior notification. We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Do you want to go through more present or additional present yourself?
Oh, okay. And Deputy Clerk Schulteis?
Assistant to the Chief, Stephanie Conboy.
Chief of Police Al Stuffing.
Deputy Chief Police Jim Zalaki.
Okay. Karen, I looked through the minutes. I didn't find anything that was incorrect or omitted. Did you? Or have you had a
They're
chance?
fine. It's fine.
Okay. Motion to approve the minutes as submitted for both special meeting minutes and the special meeting executive minutes.
And could we add, but not for public release on the executive session minutes?
Not the, well, we have to approve the minutes, right?
Yes, but not for public release.
Oh, correct, correct. Oh, yes, not for public release. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chief, do we need to go into closed session?
No, we do not, sir.
Okay. Therefore, old business. Deputy Chief?
Yeah, just a little update for the sergeant's test coming up. The written's on November 11th, scheduled for 8:30. It was scheduled at the fire department, but I was talking to the chief, and we might just keep it at our station. We got the room downstairs, so we'll switch it to them. I'll notify the 10 officers that are going to be taking the test. Talked to the guy from the testing agency. He's putting the test together right now, and I should get it about a week before the test. And we're going to administer the test ourselves. Save a little money if we do it ourselves, since there's only 10 of them. We'll do it. We had the officers submit their resumes. We have all their resumes in. Stephanie has those, so when it comes time, we'll put all that together and get that packet to you with their resumes.
Okay.
And then the sergeants are in the process now, are going to be putting together their evaluations at the PPRs that are scored for the part of the testing process. So that's in the works now, and they'll be returning those back to the chief and myself in the next month before the interviews coming up in December.
And the testing is going to be at 9 in the morning?
8:30.
8:30.
It'll be at the station.
8:30 at the station.
I'll notify the officers. And that's it. We have, like I said before, we have 10 officers that are in the process. That's it.
Would anyone from the commission like to attend?
I'm going to stop by in the morning. I'm
I'll
coming in.
come,
I'm
yeah.
coming in that night, so if for some reason I don't show
I can
up,
be
it's
there.
because I didn't get in or whatever, but I'm coming in. We're coming back Friday just so that I'd be here Saturday morning, so I would imagine I'll be there.
Thank you. I would appreciate your presence.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
New business, chief?
I have no new business at this point. I have some departmental updates if you want to move to that.
Sure, go ahead.
Vehicles, we were looking at, as part of our capital plan, annually, we identify 2 vehicles that we move out of the fleet and then replace them with 2 newer vehicles. Well, one of the vehicles that we were planning on moving out, we no longer can because last week Officer Garza was involved in an accident, and there's significant damage to the squad car, which basically the insurance is listed as a total.
Loss, okay.
So that will be one of the vehicles that we're going to be moving out of the rotation, and our last Crown Victoria.
Oh.
So we will have all SUV fleet moving forward.
I didn't even know we still had a Crown.
We have 1 Crown Victoria
Are you
left.
talking about the black?
Yes, sir,
Oh, okay. Okay, and we have the original squad car,
we do.
okay, which we're holding on to.
We are holding on to the last active squad Crown Victoria in the fleet.
Yeah, okay.
How's Bill handling that?
Now, as part of the investigation into the accident, Arlington Heights Police actually did the scene investigation, turned the reports over to us. I've asked the deputy chief and a sergeant that is not in Garza's chain of command to do an independent review of the accident, and their finding is that it was a preventable accident, even though there are some mitigating circumstances, and now we're going to be going through a disciplinary process to determine what happens.
Okay.
Right now, disciplinary will be by your office?
I do not anticipate it going to the Fire and Police Commission.
Okay.
I would like also to give you an update on the crosswalk on Schoenbeck that the kids that go to the MacArthur School Complex, they cross there by your subdivision, Chairman Meyer, and
Near the Country Gardens Park.
Country Gardens,
yes.
Country Gardens Park. And after meeting with the engineer and the city administrator, we're going to be placing this on a list for capital improvements to be discussed going into the budget process. But right now, we're looking at very rough cost engineering plans and documents would be about $10,000, and it would be another $15,000 to $35,000 for construction.
Wow.
So I'll also be approaching District 23 to see if they'd be willing to.
What about the county?
The county has very,
County's broke.
the issue that we have right now is that
Well,
everyone's,
then they can spend the money, they're already broke.
we have an issue with shared revenue coming back from the state. Everybody's taking a cut, including the county. Prospect Heights is looking at a 10% cut as well. And the county also, with their recent repeal of their soda tax, has other issues at this time. So I would not anticipate getting any money from the county.
No.
I thought the soda tax was strictly for health reasons. Right. So, right now, the estimates are that it's a $50,000, approximately a $50,000 undertaking.
Yes, sir. We are looking at some, moving on to other business, we are looking at some departmental awards. I believe that you are up to speed as of the last meeting with the letter that we received concerning Officer Pafunt's actions in saving the life of a person that he was, that was dining in at the same location where he was. Additionally, we're looking at Sergeant Stone and Officers Garza, Lang, and Willis receiving a unit citation award. And the unit citation award is giving to a team of officers that have done a great job working together as a unit. And in this particular incident, we got the report of a man that was contemplating suicide. He was armed with a gun. He had left his house, was wandering through the backyards of the area in between School Lane and all the way up to Wheeling Road and Rob Roy. And they did a good job of locating this gentleman and ended up taking him, were able to get him to voluntarily come with them and go to the hospital for treatment, and had no issues at all with recovering the gun from the gentleman. They did an outstanding job. They de-escalated the situation. They used common sense. And we're proud of them for doing it, and we'll be recommending them for a unit citation award.
Will those be given out at city council meeting?
We would like to, and normally we would. That all depends on the agenda at the city council, and right now, we're looking at some pretty full agendas, so I'm thinking about having a special meeting at the police department
Okay.
to present the awards. I believe also that you received my email concerning Officer Pardeep's use of Narcan to bring back a young
Yes.
person. So we'll be looking at a life-saving award there as well. and we are engaged in the Officer of the Year selection process. And what I'd like to do is kind of do the presentations of all of these awards and announce the Officer of the Year at the same meeting.
Okay.
Stephanie, you want to go over upcoming events?
We have Halloween coming up, and we're going to have our volunteers involved in working with our officers as well to check neighborhoods. They'll have the golf cart and the volunteer car, and hand out trick-or-treat bags and have a presence, an extra presence to the neighborhoods to ensure that everything's safe, the kids are crossing safely, and there's not any suspicious people following them around. They'll be in different neighborhoods throughout the town. We also are still moving ahead with the process for our Thanksgiving food drive and are handing them out at Harper. And so far, we have a lot of community groups that are going to come in with Harper and have tables set up while they're, waiting to get their food. So if they want to see other community services that are available to them, that they could take, they can get involved with, or they can at least know about, or that can be helpful to them, to any of our customers that are coming for that. The information will be out there.
The idea behind the food drive is that we want to at least provide a Thanksgiving meal for needy families. And I think last year we gave somewhere in the vicinity of like 60 meals to families. And again, we have some great community partners that help us with this. And something we've been doing every year, and the officers do on their own. And we're pretty proud of them for doing it. Anything else, Stephanie?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Is number 9, Stephanie, is that something in addition to what you just referred to?
If you want me to talk about the thank you letters?
Yes.
Okay. The 2 that are in here, the department was involved with I know it was a traffic initiative. I believe it was a speeding campaign along Route 83 that stretched from the entire area of 83, north to south, and we were actively involved in that. And the 2 one from Buffalo Grove and one from Lincolnshire PD, this involves a response. They called out an Elias box and asked for multiple agencies' assistance when a U-Haul truck was stolen out of Buffalo Grove and ended up crashing in Lincolnshire at Milwaukee and 45. There was a report that they had guns, and they did recover one at the scene, and Lincolnshire just decided to shut everything down and get all the help and the resources that they could get. And 2 of our officers helped out with that, and I know the offenders were taken into custody and found after a good period of searching, and it was all successful. Nobody was hurt. I believe the responding officers for that were, Loncano and Buffons.
And who were the arresting officers in that search? Who ended up finding the bad guys?
I believe Officer Convoy from Wheeling was one of them. Or Detective Convoy. And I can't remember who found maybe Officer Frey?
I thought, wasn't Nacho there?
Nacho was there. Buffalo Grove's dog helped track to lead them to one of them. And I believe they commandeered a Deerfield squad car and jumped in it and took off to go find them. It was an interesting call out. But every agency involved did an excellent job.
Very good.
The traffic initiative actually was coordinated by the Clarendon Hills Police Department and basically focused on all the communities that are on Route 83 through Cook County, and basically a traffic safety initiative, and we assigned resources and along with all the other towns, and in particular focusing on speeding, seatbelts, and cell phone use.
29th of November looks okay for me,
Looks good for me.
okay? And we'll get that out to, maybe if we can shoot Joe a message that we've got the 29th set up so that he can respond and let us know that he can make it. And if he can't, maybe we can look at an alternative date. Although we're looking at, well, we could do the Tuesday if, I mean,
If we
what's
move-
Thanksgiving's the
Tuesday
Thursday
before.
beforehand, right?
Yeah, the Tuesday
So-
before is Thanksgiving.
So, well, let's just see if Joe can make that, and if not, we'll cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Okay? No other things on the agenda? Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.